What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Hey, come on in. Quay, you still watching the episode? Girl, I understand. Look, it didn't take as long. I guess there's a lot of commercials because it didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take, child. But let's get into this. Hold on, let me share this out. My phone had died, child. I said, oh my goodness, my phone dead. So let me share this out. I'm about to get into this episode. All right. We are live. I hate when they make me side with Mel. Right, Phil, because I was with Mel on this one pretty much the majority of the episode. I feel you on that. Now let me say this before we get started. Y'all know I got to give my disclaimer, okay? I am not team anybody. I review the show as I see it. Sometimes I'm going to agree with people. Sometimes I'm going to disagree with people. But my opinions are based on my opinion, okay? So please don't come in here with all the roo-rah and the hoo-ha and the la-la-la. Now, we can respectfully disagree, and that is what we will do around here. But if you get disrespectful or you get out of pocket, then yeah, I know. Um, yeah. Sorry, I hesitated a second because I was getting ready. I was trying to think of something. All right, so let's get into the episode. So we pick up where we left off. We are still at Kimmy's event. We see Stormy and Melody talking. Now, let me say this. In this moment, you know what? Hey, y'all, I don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I live in Huntsville, so I like to keep up with what they're lying about on the show. Well, come on in, girl. Come on, we got seats down to the front. We got plenty of seats down front. There's only 18 people in here, so we got plenty of seats, child. So let me say this though. I This conversation where Mel was talking to Stormy, I felt like in this whole conversation she was being so condescending. And you know, for the people who I know for me as somebody who that the way Mel be talking sometimes, to me it is so condescending. It is so really? Is that how you feel? Oh, oh, well, and she's got that like light voice, and you know that's not her natural voice because we know how Mel naturally talks. So it's that very, oh, what did you call me? Because I mean, I've gotten plenty DMs from you in the past. I mean, we do DM each other, and I think that is what is off-putting. Okay, because here's the reality of the situation: Mel and Stormy were building a relationship, building a friendship, right? Stormy had Mel's number, then she didn't have Mel's number, right? Mel was like, well, why you ain't DM me? And Stormy was like, girl, because we had progressed our friendship beyond DM. Now, I understand that during this time period, Mel felt like something hokey dory, not felt like something hokey dory was going on with the phone lines, and she probably didn't know who she could and could not trust. And that's probably why nobody got the damn number from Stormy to Tiffany to anybody. But again, it is the way that you talk to people. And I can understand because what Stormy said was, yeah, I know that at the end of the season you have to take a break, but I didn't know you were taking a break from me because I feel like she probably assumed that, oh, you got to take a break from Latisha and the people you beefing with, but me and you not beefing. Why are you taking a break from me now? Do I understand that Mel needs to take a break and decompress because this show is a lot? Yes. And after looking at her interview with Carlos King, I do understand it even more than I did before. But I also think communication is key. If you go and, you know, I know they're going to be in my comments and they're going to be like, yeah, whatever. I don't even care. But my opinion is this: if you are built, listen, I said this the other day and I'm not going to change what I said. When you change your behavior, that is concerning to people. That is an alarm to people. When you change your behavior, if me and you used to talk on the phone or we used to text phone to phone and all of a sudden that's gone, and you sit there and be like, oh no, there's nothing wrong, I'm gonna feel some kind of way. And I told y'all before, maybe it's the cancer in me, maybe it's just who I am as a person. person, but I pick up on that energy, and I know even before people articulate to me that something is wrong, I know something is wrong. I just know it. I be like, you feel you. I feel funny. You acting different. You moving different. And no, we good. Everything is cool. And then 3 months later, well, I was mad at you. Why you ain't just say that? Do I think that Mel Do I think that Mel decompressing after the season had nothing to do with Stormy? I mean, Carlos said that she don't even talk to production, so I can agree with that. But again, you don't sit there and act like Stormy is tripping or Stormy is crazy to feel some kind of way and to feel like the energy was different. That's my opinion, and that ain't gonna change. Moving forward. Um, so Mel is ready to leave. Okay, right. She doesn't even acknowledge Stormy's feelings. It's that condescending, light voice. Oh, really? Oh, okay. That's the part that was getting me, and that's the part that was irritating me. And in that regard, she was gaslighting the hell out of Stormy, right? You don't see what you think you see. No, that's not what it is. No, nothing's changed. Girl, you used to DM me. Like Stormy is like, girl, no, that's not how. No, we have progressed past a DM. But anyway, I feel like I have drilled that to death. It is what it is. Moving on. The people are gonna still be in my comments talking about how horrible of a person Stormy is, child. Moving on. So then that damn Martell. Mel doesn't have any friends on the show anymore, so I don't understand her role anymore. Mel doesn't have any friends. Mel doesn't want any friends with these people. And again, she has her reasons, and I can't say that all of her reasons are invalid. But at the end of the day, you're right. I agree with you, Quake. I agree. I think the closest person that she has to a friend is Kimmy, but that's because Kimmy doesn't challenge her. Melody, look, I'm gonna just call a thing a thing. Y'all ain't gonna like me, and it's okay. I mean, y'all gonna like me, but I'm saying the people that's gonna catch this in the rerun, and I know the comments are gonna be on fire. But like I said, I'll delete and move on. Mel doesn't like to be challenged. Mel doesn't like to be challenged. Mel doesn't like to be told that she's wrong or that the way she's moving is wrong. Mel feels like I do what is best for me, and to hell with everybody else, and y'all's opinion don't matter. That's my opinion. Now, do I feel like Mel needs to protect her mental health? Absolutely. Do I feel like Martell is a horrible husband and borderline horrible person that has treated her really bad, that has done the unthinkable to her and violated her yes, check and check. But there's a saying, girl, your blues ain't like mine. Like your blues ain't bigger than mine. Like everybody going through some shit. And just because yours is the front and center, that doesn't mean that you get to negate everybody else's feelings in that process. Now I said what I said, and I'm moving on, child. It crossed my mind that Stormy got cut off because she attempted to make amends with Destiny at the end of last season. Maybe Devlin, and it could very well be. Listen, let me say this. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, because I feel like I done drilled this to death, child. I done said it. I truly believe the male just don't trust nobody. I agree with that. And again, I understand why she is where she is. My only issue is be honest about that. Stop giving people the no, that's not what it is. No, that didn't happen. No, what do you mean? Stop doing that. Just stand in it and be like, yeah, I don't trust none of y'all mofos. And don't none of y'all have my number. I'm not interested in a friendship with any of y'all. I show up to work, I film my scenes, I go home, and that is it, and that is all. Just be honest. Don't be sitting here trying to pretend like it's not what it is. Hey, Xavier Boo. But she doesn't have to be so nice, nasty to everyone. I agree, and that's exactly what I mean. I agree with you 100%. So speaking of Martell, let's move forward, child. Martell tries to walk Melody to her car. And here's where I started agreeing with Mel. See, the rest of this episode, I'm probably agreeing with Mel. So if the Melometers listen long enough, they're gonna hear me agreeing with Mel. Okay. Martell, listen. You don't get to do that anymore. You don't. If Mel said I'm good, you have. And the one thing Mel said when she was talking to Tiffany and Lewis, because Lewis was like, "Oh, he just want to walk you to the car." you to your car. Oh, that's what a man is supposed to do. Oh, he's just being a gentleman. Melody said, I really wish y'all would respect my boundaries. And I was 100% with her on that one. If you offer to walk her to her car and she says no, respect her boundaries. Now, if I felt like it was coming, if I felt like it was truly coming from a sincere place that he really was sincere, like, look, look, I know we don't really F with each other right now, but I'm a gentleman and I ain't really trying to see you out, at least let me just watch you to your car. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't where he was coming from. That's not the energy that he was bringing. You was really trying to walk her to her car because you were, once again, you were trying to assert your place, your dominance, and what's the word I'm looking for? Push yourself back into her life. Exactly. No is a complete sentence. She said no. She said no 3, 4 times. And you kept going and kept going and kept going to the point where you were like, all right, well, let me just walk you to the door. You didn't have to walk her to the door to see that she got to her car. You could look across the room and see that big ass Mercedes G-Wagon, white or gray Mercedes G-Wagon. You can look across the room and you can see it. It had big ass bay windows in the front of the damn store. She didn't have to walk around nothing. She didn't have to go into an alley. She didn't have to go into a parking lot. She didn't have to do shit but walk across the street. Leave her alone. Now, listen, I'm 100% with Mel on this one. Leave that woman alone. She said no. And again, y'all are not in a space, and I do not feel like it was sincere. I do not feel like you were coming from a place that I really want to just, for so long I took care of you. You were my wife, and I just need to make sure. Hell no. Hell no. Martell is absolutely still in love with Melody, but you know what I think it is? I because this is my opinion. Well, this is my opinion. But because I feel the way I feel about Martell, and I know we overuse the word narcissist, but there is some narcissism in Martell. I ain't gonna say he's a full-fledged narcissist because child, I ain't trying to diagnose nobody. But there is some narcissism in how he moves. And with that being said, let me say this. I don't think that Martell is still in love with Melody. I think that Martell is in love with the life he had with Melody. I think Martell wants that life back. I don't think he's still in love with Mel. I think he thinks he is, and I think he is in love with that. He's in love with the house, the car, the lifestyle, the access, the money. He's in love with the security that came with knowing his wife was at home or whatever their relationship is. That's my opinion. I think he thinks he's in love with Mel, but I don't know if he ever was really in love with her the way he needed to be in love with her. I just don't. I don't. Controlling is a word that comes to mind. Okay. Martell is in love with the perks that comes with being with Mel. Absolutely. Martell can't love Melody. He can't love anybody. He don't even love himself, to be honest. You better say it again for the people in the back, Xavier. So I agree with y'all, but I think that he's in love with what he lost. Remember, when they first separated, Mel was good. Martell was damn near bankrupt. Mel was good. He didn't just lose his wife, he lost everything. He lost his lifestyle. He lost all of that. And so because here's the reality of the situation. He lost it once. He got it back and he didn't respect it. And he didn't he so do I think that he really truly because I think it's more the lifestyle that he misses. Because remember, and let's be clear, that's not the we saw it on camera, but that is not the first time that Melody and Martell has split up, right? They have been separated prior to the show even starting. And so then y'all separated again during filming. Melody let you back. And what did your ass do? You rolled out in the middle of a damn pandemic and got another woman pregnant. Sir, sir, you rolled out in the middle of a pandemic, lied to your wife, and still got another woman pregnant. Nah, you don't love Mel. Nope. Nope. So then Martell is talking to Kimmy, and Kimmy talks about how much she appreciates Maurice and how great everything has been. She said she's tired, but great with the progress that the chemo is making and everything like that. And then basically Martell admits that he wants Mel back. He basically, I mean, he doesn't say it in those words, but he basically says it in those words. And if I wasn't convinced that the situation between him and Sheree was either fake or just a straight up booty call, I am 100% convinced by the end of this episode. Martell ain't thinking about Sheree ass. At best, at best, Sheree a booty call. At best. Now, Kimmy, she didn't encourage him, but she did not discourage him either. And again, some may argue whether it was her place to discourage him, but it definitely don't encourage. Definitely ain't your place to encourage it. Where's Ariana child laying in his bed? Y'all said they said down to the they said that she posted a picture laying in his bed last weekend, child. Kimmy and Lewis were part of the problem this episode. I also think that CK has something to do with how he's moving because of what he said at the reunion. It seems like Martell is leaning into that. Carlos King, child. Hey, boo. Booty call. They appear to be just dating, but I wouldn't say booty call. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it ain't no deep relationship. That's what I get. So then we see Maurice and Kimmy talking. She's packing, getting ready for her surgery and everything, and she actually ends up talking to. Now listen, I love me some Maurice. I listen. For those of you that might be new to me and new to my reviews, I love y'all answering no to the poll question. Hit the like button. There is a no. Hallelujah. Child. Jonathan, you better be what you preaching on tomorrow. Where is that girl? Mama Martell has made her a permanent side child. So Kimmy is telling Maurice that I think Martell wants Mel back. I think Martell still loves Mel, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I was here for all of what Maurice had to say. Basically, Maurice was like, I ain't here for it. Don't encourage it. Martell don't know what the hell he want. And when he had it, he ain't respect it. And I love what he said. He said Martell is double-minded. And a double-minded man can't get nothing done. That's not a direct quote. But he was like, a double-minded man can't get nothing done. He is running around here double-minded. And that's not good. That's not good for business. That's not good for relationships. That's not good for romantic relationships. You can't be a double-minded person and be an effective person. You just can't do it. And I was here for everything Maurice said. And in a very nice way, Maurice told his wife, don't encourage that bullshit. And she was like, well, did you talk to Martell? He said Martell came back looking like his head, looking all sad, looking like a lost puppy when after he watched Mel get in that car. And Kimmy was like, well, did you go and talk to him? He was like, nah, I clowned him. I said, it's cold outside, ain't it? I said, that's right, Maurice. Because at the end of the day, you can still listen. You can still choose to be his friend, even though he did what he did to Mel. But what you don't do, you don't need to encourage him. So I was here for that. I was here for Maurice hitting him with the tough love. And, Maurice, like I said, in a nice way, he told his wife, don't be entertaining that bullshit. I don't know what's wrong with my frat brother. He kind of crazy. Yeah, baby. He a little special. Right. We don't want any of the cast to encourage this mess. Exactly. I appreciate him telling Kimmy to stay out of it. Yeah, I do too. And Kimmy really does need to stay out of it. Because first of all, here's my problem. Forget about Martell for a second. Let's look at Mel for a second. Why would you, as my friend, ain't no way in hell I would encourage that shit. I now listen, as my friend, if you decide to go back to that man, then all I can do is be your friend and have a Kleenex ready when he break your heart again. But I'm gonna tell you what I ain't doing. I'm not encouraging that shit in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Whenever you start talking about something nice about Martell, I'ma just say Knox. And I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that because that's not nice. I don't have nothing to do with that baby. I take that back. I ain't gonna say not. I ain't gonna say that. Every time Mel start even sounding like she gonna slide that way. Every time she say something, oh Martell was I'ma just bring up another story. Oh really, Martell? Oh, he was really nice today. Oh, he took you to court though. Mm. Oh, Martell was really nice today. Oh, but he told everybody on social media you had an abortion. Mm. Yeah. Oh, Martell bought you flowers? Oh, okay. He used to buy you flowers too when you would go through his phone and find all his text messages from Coleslaw. See, that's me. I'm that friend. I'm that friend. Now, listen, if you decide to go back to that man, or that woman, because I got, if you decide to go back to that man or that woman, baby, right. Oh, he was nice today, seasons one through now. Right. Okay. I can't be no, listen, that's all I can give you because I want you to do the same for me. Tell me when my shit ain't good. Listen, tell me when I'm off. Tell me when I'm wrong. Tell me when my thought process. Y'all know I do it to y'all. I be like, am I doing too much? Am I thinking too deep? Am I tripping? I do it to y'all. Why do y'all think I wouldn't do it with a friend? I do it to, I mean, y'all my friends, but y'all know what I'm saying. Somebody that's intimately in my life. Absolutely. Whenever I got some situation going on, me and my cousin, that is my sounding board. My cousin, my best friend, hell, my mama. But I got some situation going on with a dude, and I be like, and I want them to give it to me straight. No, give it to me. Now my best friend, she said in a way that I be like, you know, my cousin just be like, girl. But no, my mama is the harshest. My mama is the harshest out of the three. But again, I wouldn't go to them if I didn't think I was gonna get the honesty. I wouldn't go to them if I didn't think I was gonna get the real. So I appreciate what I get from them. I'm gonna keep scoring. Definitely pull out the paper. Ciao. So I'm looking at Kimmy and I'm like, girl, why are you even entertaining this bullshit? I know you and Mel weren't the best of friends when all this was going on, but girl, you know what Mel went through. You know what this was. You know how hard this was for her. Child. She needs to stay strong and reinforce her backbone because she's trying to backslide quicker than a recovering alcoholic in front of the liquor store with the bus stop in front of her. Child. Oh gosh. Really B is the back to life, back to reality type of friend, dropping these reality check nugget. Yeah, I mean, and that's why I used to tell my sister all the time. My sister would always call me when shit was bad, right? You never talked to me when the man was good. You never talked to me when the man bought you flowers. You never talked to me when the man surprised you and took you out to dinner. You never talked to me when he just cleaned up the house just because. You always called me when he did some bullshit. So you can't be mad at me for that being my opinion of him. That my opinion of him is bullshit because that's the only thing you ever told me about him. And I had to tell her stop calling me and always telling me the bad if you don't want me. Because then she'd be like, why you don't like him? Because you have given me no reason to, and vice versa, like I said. So anyway, I appreciate Maurice in that moment. Um, and I was a little surprised at Kimmy in that moment, but she wasn't being messy. Like she didn't actively try to encourage Martell, but child. Do you think Melody should get a protective order against Martell? Because no, I don't think she should get. No, mm-mm, no, I don't think she should get a protective order. I think what she's doing right now is really good. Setting her boundaries and not talking to him. I don't now. Do I think in the future he may get to the point where it's needed? Maybe, but right now, no, I don't think so right now. But again, I don't know everything that he's doing. I mean, now if he did really tap her phone and stuff, that is a little. That's a lot. All right. So then we have Martell crashing date night with Chris and Nell Fletcher. Now, honestly, Nell, I like you, girl, but you ain't a great actress. Child, he ain't crash our dinner. Y'all was supposed to meet up and talk. But neither here nor there. They were talking to Martell about his dating. And again, if I'm Sheree, I feel some kind of way because he was talking like he didn't have nobody. He was talking like he wasn't dating nobody. He talking about he ready to get married again and he going to propose within the year. But right now him and Sheree are just chilling. And if God tell him to, sir, you want to get married within the year. By next year, I think he said you want to propose, which means 2024. You've been dating Sheree for at least the last 4 months. If God ain't told you yet, I'm just saying. The Fletcher should replace Tiffany and Lou, child. But Jonathan, they can't. I disagree with that. I mean, I know that the optimum idea is for people, a family to be together, but the two of them, no, I don't think that's a healthy relationship. I just don't think it's healthy. I don't think nothing that they have showed us has been healthy. Even when they were back together, it wasn't healthy. They were just back together. It still was, in my opinion, it wasn't healthy. Um, thank you, thank you for the super sticker. Hey, thank you so much, my love. It's way too much broken trust. Yeah, I don't know if there's any way. This thing, listen, God would have to come down and do it himself, child. But y'all don't see both of them are hurting. I do see that. But I don't think that them getting back together is gonna fix that. I do see that they're very much so both of them are hurting. But like I said, going back to what I said before, I don't think that Martell was ever in, no, ever is a strong word. Since I have been watching, I do not think that Martell is in love with Melody. I don't. I think he's in love with the lifestyle and he's in love with Melody could do for him. Hey, Shani. Well, thank you for coming over after T's review. Thank you, my love. Mr. Fletcher is getting it on his TikTok. Oh, he on TikTok. I have to go check him out. Let's stop signing black women up for emotionally and mentally abusive relationships to raise. Exactly. Exactly. There are four innocent children that don't need to see an unhealthy relationship and see their father constantly disrespect their mother. See their mother constantly crying or in a state of pain. No, they don't need to see that, especially the girls. Because then they grow up thinking that that's expected and that's what's okay, and it's not. I'm sorry, but I even if they found their way back to each other, Melody would not be able to handle being a stepmom. She's too petty, and that would just make the situation. Yeah, that's the other element too. Mel ain't trying to help raise no babies that didn't belong to her. But Jonathan, I'm listen to what I'm saying to you. I What about Mel? I'm not. You know, I don't think Mel is innocent. You know, I don't think Mel is innocent. But I'm talking about from the point of view of them getting back together. I don't think they should get back together. I do not think that is the answer for either one of them. I do not think they are good together. I don't think that. Period. Full stop. They are not supposed, in my opinion, in this moment right now. And I don't know if there's any way that they get to that place. Right. It is not a good fit. It just isn't. And I don't think that from the duration of this show we have ever seen that. I don't think we've ever seen them in a healthy space. And again, ever is a strong word, so I'm gonna leave it open ended. But I don't think, because like I said, even when they were back together, I don't think they were in a healthy space. But that's just me. Um, I agree, Callie girl. I agree 100%. Men, why do men think a woman needs to stay with an abusive man just because they are kids does not mean the family should stay together. Facts. I agree. All right. Now the other thing, Martell started getting into this damn custody fight and about these 20 babysitters. Let me tell you something. I've said this a million times, and I guess I'll just say it a million and one times. Martell, you do not get to dictate what Mel does with those kids when she has custody, just like she does not get to dictate to you what you do with those kids when you have custody. You don't get to say, and I'm gonna give Nell credit because at first Nell was like, I don't believe that. Like you said, some 20 babysitters, I don't believe that. And this how you know that Martell was lying because Martell said to her, well, what if it was true? Well, he didn't say what if it was true. He said, what if that is true? Like, what if it's true? How would you feel about it? And she was like, well, and I could tell she was kind of like, 20 babysitters. She was like, well, I would need to know who those 20 people are. And ding, ding, ding. ding, ding, ding. That is the point. Because I don't think it was no damn 20 babysitters. But let's just assume for a minute that it was. Let's just assume for a minute that it was 20 different people watching them kids. If 11 of them people were family members, they don't count. And I shouldn't say that because I know family can do you dirty. So that's not what I mean. But y'all understand what I'm saying. Um, you, Martell, do not control Melody. You do not control Melody. You don't get to tell. And then this whole I should get right of first refusal. Who the fuck told you that? Excuse my language, y'all. But who told you that? Who told you that when you have shared custody with somebody that you should have right of first refusal? Oh, well, if you can't watch the kids and I'm right there in town, you should call me first. Who the sir? The one thing, and at the end of the episode, when Melody broke down, which I felt so bad in that moment, but when Melody broke down, the one thing she said was, nobody thinks about the fact that I don't see my kids every day. And the reality is, when you have a shared custody situation, when those kids are not with you, they are under the protection of the other parent. Now, if you truly feel like Melody is putting your kids in danger, then do what you did. You took her to court. Fine. That doesn't mean that I'm agree with it, and that doesn't mean that the judge is going to agree with it, and it doesn't mean that you're right. He absolutely has a problem because that's the example he used. He used the example of the brother, and he keeps saying, I don't want any men watching my kids. Why? What, women can't be bad babysitters? Women can't be abusive. Women can't violate. Women do the same thing men do. So why is it? And I could even see if he had all girls, but you got three girls and a boy. Like you have why? Why? It's okay. You can curse. It's nighttime. You know what I mean? And so you don't get to dictate what Mel does when she has the kids. If Mel wants to get up and take those kids to Florida for the weekend to go to Disney World, that is her week. And unless there's a custody order that says if y'all cross state lines, you have to notify me, that's it. But notify and ask permission are two different things. Notify Martell is one thing. Ask Martell's permission is what you want. You want Mel to ask your permission. And bruh, that is not how this works. Unless you have full custody, which of course that's what you sued for. That is not how this works. But you the main one talking about, oh, we should be communicating more. Oh, we should be doing this and being able to co-parent more. No, you don't want to co-parent, you want to control. That's two different things. Not controlling my gen. Control. Right. Martell wants to control Melody. So again, miss me with this. Oh, it's the babysitters. Oh, and this whole right of first refusal. I ain't never. And I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, y'all. But I mean, I have a lot of friends, unfortunately, who are co-parenting. Right. I ain't never heard of no shit like that. I ain't never heard of no, oh, okay, well, if I now I've heard people do it out of courtesy, like, look, next weekend is my weekend, but I have to go out of town for work. Do you want to flip weekends, or you can have the next 2 weekends and I'll double up later? Like, I've seen people be able to work those kinds of things out. But again, it's not out of obligation. Right. Go right. Can you go pass your contractor exam, please? And thank you. Oh, child. Did he sue for full custody so she would have to pay child support? I don't know. I'm not gonna say that that wasn't a thought, but I really think it's about control. I really think he is, again, because it goes back to him being a narcissist. It is about control. Anyway, child. And he was talking about how he don't have no communication with Mel. Now I will say this. How do I say this? Because let me say this. I do feel like Mel is going to have to find a way. And I know she tried. I know she was emailing him at one time and stuff like that. But There's, I do feel like there needs to be some sort of, those kids are too young for there to be no communication. Now I don't know if they have a go between. I don't know if she calls his mom. I don't know what she does, because I'm sure there's a way that she gets messages to him. I'm sure there's a way that they communicate. Um, right, Quake. There you go. I think that's what it is. I think they communicate, but it's not how he wants. You know what? That's it right there. Thank you. That's it. That's it right there. They do communicate. It's just not how he wants to communicate. There it is. Boom. 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 There you go. Uh he got the number to the flip phone now. So then we see Latisha with her cousin Courtney down to the uptown. Oh, Latisha. So Latisha got her brokerage license. Congratulations. Um, we know we know that watching these real estate shows, that being a real estate agent is one level, and then a broker, being a broker is like a level up, and that's where you can have your own brokerage firm, and it's more money, more money. So Letitia is talking to the cousin who does luxury real estate, and she wants her to join the her brokerage firm. Now it didn't sound like the cousin was ready to jump. It didn't sound like the cousin was all that excited to join Letitia's situation. But I think part of it, part of it is Letitia's situation is new, right? She was like, and she was like, I just changed jobs. Like I literally just changed and started working here. Hey, CC Freak, what's up, boom? Yeah, they could. I feel like they're setting this up for the whole Kiki thing. But what I didn't like was the cousin was like, well, can you talk to Kiki? And they did this whole back down memory lane thing with her and Kiki and how they were friends and this isn't a child. I don't care. But what I ain't like was that Tisha was she was blackmailing her cousin. Talking about something, okay, I'll talk to Kiki if you join my brokerage firm. After that woman just told you no. See, we gotta start respecting bounds. The woman said no. Now she said it nicely, but she said no. Just got back from Charlotte, but I watched the episode on my way home. Okay, well, welcome back. Welcome back. Courtney is so pretty. I don't like the compliment Tisha gave her. You almost look like me. It was called Chase Selling Tampa. And they canceled it too. Listen, I thought they needed to bring us another show, another season. But you know how they do. They done kept selling Sunset or whatever that show is, 4, 5 seasons. But anyway, yeah, that's what I got for that scene. Okay, child. She agrees to meet with her child. She agrees to meet with her. So then we get to Melody and Nell. Now, on one hand, I'm gonna give Nell a lot of credit because Nell was like, let me go talk to Melody because Martell said this, and this, and I don't like it, so let me go talk to Melody. So from that aspect, I can appreciate that and I can respect that. But what I didn't like was that she didn't come at her rude or anything at all, but I feel like she came at her as if what Martell told her was true. Well, Martell said da 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 da. But either way, I shouldn't say that. I think I'm being nitpicky now. I like the fact that she talked to her, and I like the fact that Mel was receptive to it. You could tell that Mel respects her. You could definitely tell that Mel respects her because Mel let her say her piece, and Mel actually did talk to her rather than go off. But Mel said, "Listen, Martell is lying. He lying." She said, "I tried to work with him about the babysitter situation. First of all, he lying about it being 20 babysitters. That's just not true. Second of all, I tried to work with him about the babysitter situation so we could approve, like have an approved list of babysitters." And she said we couldn't do that. We couldn't work together. Which I believe, because again, he wants to be controlling. He probably wanted to control every name that was on that list, child. Um I gave Mel a lot, but Martell did do a smear campaign. My dad did the same when he divorced my mom. Yeah, and Martell absolutely did. You know, we didn't need to know anything about a lot of what Martell told us about their personal marriage situation, problems, issues, whatever. Um, but but that's when Mel really broke down, right? That's when Mel really broke down, and Mel was like, "Listen, this ain't what I wanted." But I have taken the lemons that life gave me and I've made lemonade, and Martell's still sitting there trying to figure out, he's still in the grocery store trying to figure out what to do with the lemons. I done bought the lemons, took them home, sliced them up, diced them up, added a little bit of sugar, and I done turned it into lemonade, and now he can't deal with that. And Mel said, she said, nobody understands, and nobody looks at it from my point of view, that I don't see my kids every day. I have weeks when I don't see my kids. Nobody understands how that makes me feel and how I feel about it on my end. You know, and I'm with her on that one. I think she's 100% correct that this is nobody talks about that. You know what I'm saying? And I think she's 100% correct about that. Oh, let me look at my notes, child. Let me make sure I said everything. Martell is manipulative. 20 babysitters tried to compromise. Yeah. And I felt for Mel in this scene. I really did. I really felt for Mel in this scene because Mel was, I mean, you could see, like, Mel don't let us see this side very often. But yeah. Child, Tracy, what's she talking about? What's her Instagram, child? Let me record it. What's her Instagram, child? Oh, child, you done sent it to me already. Tracy be on it, child. I told y'all Tracy be on it. Hold on. Child, who told her to wear that purple hair? Who told her to wear that purple hair though? Child, Kiki's so pressed to be with this show. Anyway, this side of Mel is what everyone wants to see, but the cast used it against her. Hmm. Yeah, so I was definitely with Mel with this one. Like I said, I was with Mel the majority of this episode. The majority of this episode, I was with Mel. And I feel bad for her because I can only imagine what it's like to deal with Martell. Like I can't, child. Somebody asked me earlier, do I think Mel should get a restraining order? I changed my mind. Maybe she should, because he just does too much. Anyway, child. So the last thing we have is Kiki and Latisha. Now, in full disclosure, for some reason my DVR froze up and I didn't get the whole scene, but I got enough of the scene to understand what happened. Child, they was down to the kickboxing place, like they was gonna work out with a full face of makeup. But that ain't my business. That ain't my business. Um, I agree with Tisha. Tisha said Kiki is not trying to take any accountability for nothing she did. Um, Tisha said, "You told me you went to the party, but you didn't tell me what you said." Kiki gonna say, "Of course, I didn't tell you everything I said, but we're not gonna run past that. Like, you didn't just admit that you didn't tell me everything that you did and said. We ain't about to run past that. We ain't about to run past that. So now you admit that you told Tisha part of the story. Whatever your reason was for telling Tisha part of the story, you only told Tisha part of the story. So now we're ready to admit that. So now she's saying, look, you were talking about my marriage and you left stuff out there open for interpretation, which makes it worse. Now people, the blogs, everybody pick up on it. They twist it, they turn it, they flip it, they dip it. And you sitting back there acting like you don't understand what the problem is and like you didn't do nothing wrong. And she just kept, and I feel like she just kept trying to justify it. Well, I said this, but you did this. Well, I said that, but you said that. No, you girl, you was wrong. You was down in Melody house talking ish about your cousin and her marriage. Full stop. Just apologize and move on. Baby, what did y'all catch Tisha throw that little subliminal out? Tisha talking about something. I be holding stuff in. And I'm just afraid that one day I'm gonna blow and I'm just gonna tell all basically I'm gonna tell all y'all business. Baby Kiki was like, I said, oh shit. And then she gonna tell Kiki, I mean, what if I spoke on your marriage? Kiki ain't had nothing to say then, child. Kiki did the little hair flip with that ponytail. I said, mm-hmm. See, y'all was friends, so y'all probably got juice on each other. Because do I believe that Latisha had concerns about things going on in her marriage? Yes. Do I believe that Latisha talked to Kiki about it? Absolutely. But do I think Kiki talked to Tisha and told Tisha some shit? Mm-hmm. Kiki and Tisha are the same. Neither takes accountability, child. But honestly, I feel like that's where Tisha may be with all of them. Yeah, I do too. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of this season unfolds. Um, because in that interview with Carlos, it sounds like they tried to make some sort of amends. So we'll see how that went down, child. I'm waiting. Oh, child. Oh, wow. All right, y'all. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super sticker, my love. I appreciate that as well. Somebody said, "Where's Growing the Gospel?" Child, I was gonna try to get it done before I left the house this morning, but it didn't happen. So I'm gonna have to get y'all some Growing the Gospel tomorrow because I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. Um, don't forget we're gonna be doing at 6 o'clock power. I'm we'll do something tomorrow evening because we don't have escape no more. So we'll do another video. Maybe we'll just do a tribe meeting. I'm not sure. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I am tired. Mwah. I love y'all bunches. I will talk to y'all later. Good night.